Thank you so much, fellas.
It
Yeah,
will be quite
let's dance.
vocal, but I think it'll be quite theatrical as well, Alex. We're gonna bring something to the table, yeah?
I think there's going to be a degree of amateur dramatics. We both have experience.
Exactly.
And we're going to collaborate that into what is a domestic brawl. And so much on the line. The analyst desk have covered a whole lot of it, but LG looking to kind of twist the knife that already sits in mibr. Phelps already found themselves a nice quick 2 frags, and Lucas was trying to keep things equal. He's got pressure from both sides now, and rather finds himself in a bit of a tight spot. No team to bail him out, and Phelps finds his 3rd.
Well, here we go then. It is going to be the advantage mibr on the T side. 3 kills for Phelps, absolutely true. Nekis will do what he can here with Steel. Exchanging blows, most of the damage though being focused towards the Luminosity player. You can see Phelps has them locked in tightly here towards the jungle, but not for long. Nekis will take him down. They have got a kit available, but no smoke. Nice little flank coming in towards that vent, but a very strong smoke towards Palace, Alex. That does make things interesting.
It's completely locked him out. It's going to leave it all down to Taco. Just waiting on the edge of that smoke. Fallen's closing in. They're holding it. It does have to be Fallen's first on the scene. He can't hit the shots. The bomb's defused, and the smoke saves the...
Doing a great job with the smoke.
What do you make of this, Henry?
We have got the Force buy coming in. We remember on the old patch, just before we get into this, the Orc still as powerful as it was. Cold Zero going down quickly. And what do I think of what, Alex?
Well, we just saw second round. We see an AK and an SG picked up by mibr. Nades are at a minimum. We do see 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a HE. And already Nekis is going to throw out one of his own. He's holding rather aggressive towards the amps. It's supported by Steel. Bullets connect by Phelps, and Steel can't quite find the second.
So this is all about trying to steal the round away. Like, ideally, you do not want to fire off any of those AK bullets until you absolutely have to. Mac-10s, you really want to do a set piece here, Alex. You don't want to be going into the default. They've done a pretty decent job here. They've got a couple of kills, but ideally, if you're going to buy up in these rounds, you want to be aiming to win them, obviously. That goes without saying. My point is, you want to give yourself the best possible. This is quite a big game for them. This, like you said, a derby, right? It might not sound like a big deal on paper, but it actually is, especially in this Brazilian scene where mibr are supposed to be the talisman of the community, right? They're supposed to be showing how it's done. And right now, their counterparts are catching up with them. Furia right up there, Luminosity. They might not be there as a team right now, but they've certainly got the talent to take these guys down in the best of 3.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, you know, we've had this domestic battle for Denmark for some time. Astralis hold the top spot. mibr had put them in a similar position. They truly were not only the best in the world, best of their region for so long, and were the bar set for. Nice little connection with the Deagle before he... And I said bonus, you do see those 2 MP9s for the CTs.
Absolutely. We'll see if it works out for them. Taco's gone very quickly out of the Palace
nade.
position. He's actually got through, Fallen with the AWP. A fast approach towards that A-bomb site here. Cold Zero is watching to the flanks towards the underpass. CT is losing numbers dramatically. It's going to be a 5 versus 3. Like he said, though, they have the lack of firepower coming into this round, but it looks very clean so far for mibr. Is that going to hold on? We'll see. Taco does bring another one back, and it's just the MP9 and the Orc. Just to reiterate one more time while we have a moment, won't have too much action. This is the old patch. Yes, everyone's talking about the changes to the Orc. We are still on the same patch we started yesterday. 3
to Phelps' name so far. He's going to look to extend that towards Connect out. Already the smoke starts to clear. That was an opportunity and traded by this partnership, and the trades keep coming. Cold Zera, quick to keep things level. Things start to calm down, and we do see a very heavy lean from the remaining mibr side on this assault towards A.
1 minute 10
Bomb's a bit late.
It's a very quick round here from Taco. I like that. He's still going to be rocking with that Krieg. It's Henny and Bolts now. Henny, a very fast, aggressive sniper. We'll see what he's able to do. Oh, and Bolts, they can't do much at all. Fallen with the AK-47, clotheslines him in CT spawn. And Henny, lovely shot there. That's the wallbang towards Cold Zera and the bomb going down. Player towards Palace. He can definitely win this. A very talented sniper.
He's quick. If they step into this line of sight, they have to assume he's going to hit the shot. They have to peek together. They have to use utility. They have got a Molotov and a nade. And look at the movement from Fallen. That was perfect.
That was scary.
Just as Henny looked away.
That should be his chances shrinking at this point. We'll see whether he even wants to go for it. The money will be low now. He's hoping an opportunity arises where they walk into the crosshair almost. You can see so tantalizingly close. There is a player on the other side. They're trying to get intel themselves. That gives it away. He hits the wall bang, of course. Takes Fallen down to 10 HP, but surely that's him retreating towards CT spawn.
I mean, I think that was his chance, right? Fallen gave him a shot. The fact that he didn't fire a shot for so long meant that there was paranoia. People...
3 smokes, couple of flashbangs, and they have a clear objective how they want to win the round, right? There's still a chance. Sure, they can still win these rounds because they're talented Deagle players, but it would take something like magnificent to happen. There's no real set tactic in mind.
Just hoping that those Deagles connect, and one does. Henny catches Phelps off from the surprise corner, and my goodness, Taco, he got boosted up and gets 2. Nice work from Henny. Shut them down and actually continuing to make things just a little bit awkward. Fallen is going to be stabilizing now, and Lucas, he's left alone in the kitchen, finds Fur. They've made this into a 1v2. Deagles versus a full buy from mibr. They're keeping it competitive. Unlikely to be able to turn this one around, but let's see if Lucas can shut us up.
He'll have to do something quite remarkable at this point, Alex. Unfortunately, Molotov towards the window. It doesn't actually go down where he wanted it to, but still no one there to challenge. Nekis towards short, though. He gets his clock cleaned, and that's going to be an opening kill for mibr. No problem at all.
Wow. Fallen taking a leaf out of Chris J's book from yesterday, holding W, charging, and getting right under the skin of Luminosity before they can even establish. Nekis, he gets to his spot, he's gone. And now that gap has to be filled for the majority of this round. 1 minute 20 still on the clock. And a heavy lean. Look at the ground Fur has managed to gather. Does have a huge gap ready to exploit. I say that, but Henny is coming from behind through mid.
It's a bit of a stalemate right now, but it's the CTs that need to work for a kill. Fur trying to sneak his way up, but Fallen is just hitting absolutely everything right now. This is a beautiful display. He really has come and pulled out all the stops so far. Great teamwork from mibr. The alley-oop with the Molotov enables coldzera to get the kill towards that bomb site. Bolts will go down, and surely Steel and Lucas, with no kits, no utility now, won't have much of a chance. If we Steel, who's holding towards jungle, I believe, as the bomb goes down, and he is smoked out, Alex. Not really much to be said about this. So there'll be some rounds, if you feel like they're going to be changing things up, they've gone for a double AWP setup, you can just fence there. Love that from Fallen. Big play. Lucas did what he could on the bomb side, but it wasn't quite enough, and they will have to take an eco at this point. So some CZs, they've got a couple of HEs maybe for the A ramp as they send 4 with gaming mode, fully enabled.
You know it.
Every time.
Steel, though, he has an opportunity. Timing might not be in his favor. Taco's got a very good idea about this one, but if he just swings, it's going to... Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Shadow, he saw it and can take the frag. Nice work.
That is why, like, on the defaults at this round, like, I always say to one dude, just hold the bottom of the steps, because that's such an awkward choke point. But they should be recoverable. I don't think that's a big deal. It'll be coldzera. They'll bring the frag back in their favor, but there is a low HP player available. That's him himself, and they've actually got the advantage here. Fallen, blind, of course, just takes his head off. He's not missing anything today. He's got in that kind of godlike zone where you just feel like everything's going in your favor. Shots you don't even expect to land, it is going straight towards their head.
He's grinning from ear to ear. He's got sunglasses on.
Oh, I know what you mean. He's going bad Fallen right now, and yeah, he's certainly not looking like a good boy. He's taken everyone down, and that's going to be round recovered. 3 versus 1 with Bolts. Desert Eagle, former teammate, will be trying to do what he can. A little bit of damage inflicted, but I think that's about all he can do. This is the B execution we called, and once this goes in, watch out for that player Phelps. He's just making sure that there's 2 players on the B bomb site isolated, and they get no backup once this execution comes through.
So it is all on these 2 men then. Steel and Nekis, they will not have help. The cavalry will not arrive. Nekis, you have to hit this shot. He sees the barrel of Fallen. He's getting a bit of a sneaking suspicion. Doesn't hit the first, forced to back away. Taco, first contact and does fall. Nekis pays a price though. Deploys a bit of a smoke, and Steel's already found another one. This is starting to come crumbling down. Nades have already taken Fur down low. And Steel repositions. Where's Phelps? Where's Fallen? Fallen makes his presence known rather loudly, and now Phelps is about to do the same. No, Lucas catches him, and that is all over. This B take has not landed on its feet.
They didn't do that with enough conviction, I'm afraid. It didn't seem like anyone believed in the execution. No one goes through. Like, if you've committed all of your smokes like that, I don't care if one player's gone down. Holding up and being stifled in that position is the worst place on the map. You've got to get through. You've got to jump out. You've got to trade those kills, and they were way too tentative, unfortunately. Like, it was a really nice call. Like I said, that middle, they don't know what's going on in that position, right? So they've really got to just go for it. And Fallen did what he could. Some great shots there. Yeah, at least you gave it. You all committed and stayed with the plan.
This is very aggressive from Steel. Oh my goodness, he's not even going to get one, but he does get a boatload of information, a face load of utility as well, as it's going to be thrown towards his teammate now, Nekis. He has to do more than this. He can't just get one. coldzera already finds his way in, and if at first you don't succeed, try again.
That's more like, you see what I mean? Get stuck in there together, you're brawling, you're trading frags, Alex. That's Counter-Strike right there. That's how you get through. The MAC-10 cracking things open, and the heavy artillery follows it up. Bomb to be planted, and mibr, Fallen said, right, we're doing it again. I don't care. We're gonna do it properly this time. I don't care if it costs us the rest.
Plays out, Lucas. He does have. He's aware he has to watch Palace and Connector. That's a very hard divide of the eyes.
Yes, that's the main issue here.
He has found this position. It does keep him safe from Connector. Can swing on it. Perfect timing. Perfect frag. Phelps gone. Knows Fallen's a presence in Palace. Henny's safe for now, and Bolts is keeping him safe. He can adjust his aim. Fallen's under threat from multiple angles, or at least he was, because coldzera and Fallen, they're having no trouble. Fur's managed to burn one.
This is looking so good from mibr. No panic there either. They just managed to kind of handle the fact they've lost that first frag. You could see Fallen doesn't fully commit, doesn't jump out the palace, runs fast again out towards that palace. Fur's already out on the bomb side. Phelps is there as well.
I can't believe it, and coldzera's still 1 HP. He is going to burn eventually. Bolts, he's right next to his former teammate. Fur jumps and connects. Fur down towards Firebox. Now Phelps is in trouble as Lucas is gone, and this round has gone awry for mibr in just the blink of an eye. It's a quick adjustment from Fallen, but he can't quite connect towards Dark, and now Taco, he leaps off of Palace and finds just the first threats from all over. Now this one shapes up. A very familiar setup in the sense of Fur and Phelps charging underpass. Not such a familiar result though. Henny, he's leapt out of window, and I think that predictable nature of those two and their adventures through underpass has cost them at least one. Fur's lost his friend. Now he has to operate alone. Nekis towards short. If he just goes a little further, he's going to show his head. Now Henny left alone, and Fallen, he was ready to challenge, but pays a heavy price. Fur, doesn't matter. He's managed to get 2 from middle, and that's enough damage. I mean, Lucas, this is a very aggressive challenge. He's actually dropping out of window. His teammates keeping Fur busy, and he manages to catch Steel before going down. Lucas, you've got a mountain to climb now.
He really has, but he's got the Krieg in hand, and that's a bit of a Brazilian mainstay at this point. We'll see what he's capable of. Obviously, one of the main names of this squad. He's 5-8 right now. On a map like Mirage, that's not exactly ideal. We'll see this. Oh, that's the Astralis smoke he was going for.
Smoke didn't land.
And really not the one. But he did make up for it with that one. I was seeing a lot of that more up front and personal CS here as Lucas holds towards that.
He has the expectation. He knows there's something from underpassing. It's not like they're making a secret of this being a habit of theirs. And now the boost. This is a fantastic boost. You can actually catch anyone transitioning towards window. And they edge forward. Perhaps a peek towards connector could come of this.
A bit more.
How much further are they willing to go? Oh dear, is that enough of a step? We don't know. Lucas still staring. He's actually just playing in the wall now, hoping to catch them as they cast their eyes elsewhere. In the meantime, bomb at the top of mid. The smoke's going to be deployed. Henny could lose vision shortly. It actually looks like it's going towards window, and so Henny has a shot. He misses, and he's exposed to Fallen. Lucas, you have to be a hero. He won't be. And already mibr this round starting to lean in their favor. A split of CTs. It's all onto Bolts on A, and he's already managed to keep himself alive. Does choose to reposition, and coldzera a threat from Tetris.
Yeah, I thought he was going to jump into flames there, but it's Fert's picked up the AWP, and once again, mibr is looking very efficient in the one-on-one duels right now. That's been one of the main headlines for me. Quite the statement, absolutely true. We'll see whether they can do anything with this final round. It is going to be presence towards the A ramp once again. Lucas with the AUG this time, trying to protect that A ramp, and Fallen comes straight in. What a shot that is. He manages to at least pull one back in their favor, but it is man advantage towards Luminocity. They are, rightly so, going to reposition and hold the crossfires towards the bomb sites. Fallen will throw in the Molotov towards Shadow, flashbang towards Sandwich, and Steel helps himself to a massive part of the real estate here. He's going to go towards T-spawn and might even find the bomb. He might have made noise here.
It could be enough. Fallen doesn't miss those. He does this time, though. He's low as well. That SMG can shred, and it does. Rips him apart. 3 now versus 2, and he has the bomb. This round has completely turned on its head. Phelps has to be the hero. He has got 40 seconds. He has the information, but they have the bomb and an AWP now in the hands of Steel.
So, 35 seconds, and Phelps 5-11 right now. If he can pull this one off, they'll be in a great position. He does grab the bomb, I believe, so there is a chance to get out of there. coldzera's got the B bomb site, so coldzera's got the kitchen. This is actually looking very good now, because coldzera in these sort of scenarios, he isn't, unless he gets absolutely wrecked by timings, he doesn't miss many shots like that, but now he's going to be surprised. Bolts on the repeat might have him, but it still coldzera advantage, takes him down, takes no damage in response, and it's be Phelps with a double kill. Really are going to see flashbangs delivered. Smoke's already gone through. It's Fur towards Sandwich, and a heavy commitment here from Luminosity. Henny opens things up, but Fur, he's in a lot of trouble. Wow. This is looking brilliant now for Luminosity. That's more like it. This is what these guys are capable of. Getting stuck in, finding their headshots. Let's get that clean sweep. Not quite going to find it, but it's going to be a 4 versus 1 now. But sure, I do miss that in top tier CS, but I understand they've got their eye on the prize.
And professionally, you know, there is a lot of downsides to being the loud and rowdy team. We'll see how things continue to play out as they look for a clean second round conversion. There isn't too much investment from mibr, and it does look like the expected result is on its way. coldzera and Taco, I say that, might have to remove Taco from that sentence, and Bolts has done it for me. And just coldzera, he's been betting on the smoke. He might be able to get himself one here, and he does do just that. Well, we've got a proper round here, so I'll come back to the Antelope thing. But either way, we have 4 AUGs and the M4, and Taco with some hyper-aggression on the CT side. Henny's got some as well, though. Charges out of ramp. Fur does find the connection he was looking for up middle. And so Fallen's on the receiving end. That's the bomb loose on A. They're going to have to commit to this one now. There's no going back. Lucas's Molotov does force him into a fight you didn't want. Now numbers heavily favoring Luminosity, extended by Lucas. He picks up another. Rotating through CT, it's all on cold.
Yeah, but he can win these, Alex. Problem is, no kits, but he does have a smoke, but not for long. Luke today with the announcement of the AUG being nerfed.
Oh, isn't it good?
The inaugural showing of Nico showing us what he can do with the AUG, and they tagged him in the tweet as well. Like, I love that. I thought that was really cool, but also try and find them an advantage here. You can see him playing maybe a little bit more aggressive than usual in this sort of round, but he just wants to see if he can steal a kill away.
I mean, Lucas did such good work with the SG the round prior. Big reason as to why we find them sitting at 8 to 10, the gap closing, and Lucas extends it again, catches Fur, not letting Fallen's initial aggression and initial success bear too much fruit. In fact, yeah, it's all Luminosity at the moment. Just one remains as they just casually stroll towards the A site and close.
That is looking magnificent right now, Alex. They're really answering back as Fallen goes towards that Palace position. This is what he's known for, these aggressive peaks moving around the map, and it works out the A ramp. So they'll go for a pincer towards the A side eventually. Obviously still a man down. They don't have a ton to work with here. Fallen in a prime position to get a couple more kills. There's his second, and he isn't done just yet. Ball makes its way through, 20 seconds remain. They have to finish at this site, and I'm not sure they're too happy about it.
I mean, Fallen, he's had a fantastic way into this round. 2 unchallenged frags. Nekker's trying to find a way back in for Luminosity. It's just the two of them. Lucas and Nekker's make it just Nekker's as it's going to be coldzera once again showing up.
There. And if you peek him like that, you don't throw a flashbang or anything like that, you're going to get dropped. Volts could have gone around the pillars, he could have flashed, he could have done anything, but he was just hoping. Demka, very good at it, always a safe pair of hands, won't be getting the big flashy plays, but he'll hold them off. He'll always be good for 1 or 2 kills, and we'll see if he can live up to that, as it looks like the commitment towards B will come through. We'll see if Taco can deliver the way I suggested.
Yeah, it's going to be a flash that forces him off after the first, but he already took Lucas, and it does a good deal of damage to Nekkers, but still LG fighting. 30 seconds. This is going to be big from coldzera. He can probably get the second on the transfer. Nekkers, he's the only one left. He has already conceded a great deal of health. That's a great connection onto 1. My goodness, 2 now. He's on for the ace. He's got no HP to work with. Phelps.
That would have been one spicy
into cover.
round.
It's Phelps sweating with a UMP, and no, not again. That's 3 rounds in a row. LG are forced to swallow a bitter pill of a 5v4 with no trade, no damage, I guess. That's a little bit of hyperbole, but regardless, another early advantage.
The Krieg from Connector. They still have a couple of flashbangs, but no smokes now. They're going to have to just go in, balls to the wall, and hope they land their shots here with the AK-47s. Because the smoke down towards jungle, still helps himself towards the A site. Molotovs all over the bomb site now, jumps up, and he's in a compromised position. Fallen just hitting absolutely everyone right now. Almost got that. Guy is doing it all today. It's great to see him perform. It's always an exciting show. The first shot pretty standard for him, but the second just beautiful. It's a great position and good awareness. This would have been a really viable round. These days, if you get the bomb plan, I would say that's a bit of a victory in itself.
I am. The noob inside of me wants to know where Lucas's smoke is going as well. He's lining up what I assume is a connector smoke. Let's have a little follow of that. That's going to be the deep one straight on connector.
Lands in front of the CT side. So there we go. It's going to be Phelps. Oh, doesn't make it the cleanest of kills, but he gets it. Will be punished by Steel for the slight whiff there, but it looks like mibr have this under control. It is going to be a 4 versus 3. They have not got out of that ramp position. Fallen looks like he's hitting absolutely everything, so it is reasonably expensive so far, but under control, and as long as they win the ramp
as well. They need to close this gap. This is a must win. Staring down the barrel of OT first, looking for some early aggression. Will they concede again? That's the first question we have at the tip of our tongue. It's going to be 1, it's going to be 2. Lucas, he could be next on the chopping block at first. Brave, he does tag him up, but that's the end of his story. mibr closing in on 15. He's tagged up for the process.
Yeah, so that's another great play there, but still 2 kills handed to him. Still will pull one back, and he's going to pounce on that. Taco, known to be that anchor player, remember, we know that. Everyone who watches this team play knows he's happy to play that bomb site alone. Still will capitalize upon that, get himself in towards that B bomb site, but coldzera has snuck through. He's on the side there with him. Who comes out on top? Of course, it's the big man himself. 3 versus 2 now. Massive advantage for mibr and no map control for Luminosity position, so they can't get up there in a post-plant scenario.
There is no scenario where LG clear Palace that deep, and never mind, it won't even become a discussion because Bolts gets caught off by Fallen's patience. He threw a molly towards the apartments and just sat staring at the window exit. And so Lucas, last man.
So you can see Phelps he wanted to pull out the smoke. He'd only extinguish that. It's going to be bolts towards the A ramp with the AK-47. Smoked off for now. CT's getting the opening pick once again. Where was that this time?
Taco, another Palace push with the AWP. He also had the spawn. They threw it in his grasp, and now already the round starts to just unravel. Lucas, Steel. They can no longer control the fate of map 1 in this series. Dust 2 is up next. That was Luminosity's choice. But conceding these early fights. It's been about 5 rounds in a row now, and Fallen, he's been waiting for it. Nekkers just strolls into his crosshair.
Well, Alex, I feel like we've found our logical conclusion of Mirage, but to be fair, it's not all is lost. It's the map pick of mibr. It's 16-9. It was a competitive game. They had their moments, but mibr looked very, very good there. We didn't find Henny at all. He was the player I called at the start. I wanted to see him step up the AWP. He didn't come online at all. Good news is Dust 2 coming up next, which is mibr weakest map, I would say.
And let's not forget, this is a loser's game. You concede, you're going home.